I'm Emily Cappiello with the Gourmet Insider, and I'm here to demonstrate Delicata squash stuffing. So I love Delicata squash. It's this tiny little squash. Sometimes it's green, looks a little bit like a spaghetti squash, but it's very buttery, very easy to use, very easy to prep. And I like to use it as a stuffing on Thanksgiving for people who are kind of avoiding bread. You know, with dietary restrictions now, gluten-free, paleo, Whole30, not everybody wants to eat full stuffing. So I'm gonna do a Delicata sausage stuffing with a little walnuts. Gives you kind of the feeling of home, the feeling of stuffing without the carbs. I washed my Delicata squash first and I sliced off the ends just because it's a little bit easier to work with that way. And then I'm just going to slice it in half. I have this great Kyocera chef's knife. I like to use a chef's knife for basically everything in the kitchen. It is my kitchen workhorse. I also have a few others, a Wusthof and a Henkel's. So when you open your Delicata squash, it looks like this. Very easy to scoop out these seeds, unlike a spaghetti squash that could take you forever. Just one easy scoop right on out. And you're basically donezo. Look at that, so easy. I'm gonna move that over to the side. Same thing on the other side. And then we're going to just take the Delicata squash and slice it up. So it looks like these cute little ringlets. Just like that. You can make them as thick or as thin as you want. Really, it depends on what you like. And to be honest with you, a lot of times I actually serve them just like this. I don't mash them up and make stuffing out of them. I just serve them and eat them. You can eat the skin, you can eat everything. Just put them on my baking sheet as I go so I have a little bit more room over here. So I've already preset my oven to 350 degrees. So that I can just pop it right in, no wasting any time. I usually put this in for about 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna take the sausage. I just have regular sweet Italian sausage. I feel like that works best with the flavors of the Delicata squash, but if you prefer a hot sausage, go for it, by all means. Who am I to tell you? And you can use, sausage, the Italian sausage, with the casings on it. You can, if you want to just use the sausage meat, or if you want to crumble up a sausage patty, go for it. This is just what I had on hand, so this is what we're using. Good chef's knife makes all the difference. I'm gonna throw this on my baking sheet. You can use as many as you'd like, depending on how much sausage you really want. My house, we're Italian, we like a lot of sausage. So I'm gonna use 3 links. And then last but not least here, I'm gonna use some walnuts. I just feel like they really elevate the flavor. They make it a little bit more elegant, and they give it a really nice crunch. That's something that the Delicata squash and the sausage just don't give it by itself. So just gonna add about a cup right on over. So I just gave my hands a quick rinse because once you're touching sausage, you don't want to touch anything else. So I'm going to use a little Enzo olive oil. It's the one that I usually always have on hand at home. Just drizzle it on over. A little salt. I use Jacobsen's because it's very coarse and I just really love the flavor of it. You can really taste the salt. It's sea salt, and it's harvested right from the coast in Oregon where they are, so you can taste the flavor of it without it being too overpowering. All right, and then my last step is pepper. I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit, so just enough. And then I'm just gonna pop this in the oven for about 20 minutes, and when it's done, we're gonna have some pretty delicious stuffing. Okay. All right, so here we have our delicata squash. You can serve it just like this, but if you want to serve it as stuffing, if you want to mash it up, then go ahead and do so. Just gonna dump it all in. And then you can very easily mash it up with the back of your spoon or potato masher. So delicata squash stuffing. It is simple, it's easy. You can make it ahead and heat it up. You can make it the day of, very quick prep, quick throw it in the oven, and it's finished. And I bet everyone's gonna love it.